I'll take your wife if you take my husband. Yes. Sperm. I mean, where would we be without sperm? And eggs, of course.
Eating chocolate.
You know, it is a troublesome thing sometimes. I remember there was this one particular time when I was just down. I was in my parents' house in Ireland, and they had these net curtains on the window. In Ireland, it's kind of grey, and so just to keep any possible light out, we put net curtains on the window. I don't know why. But, it's just... And I was there sitting up against the window with my nose pressed against the window, and as I was breathing out, the steam would fill up the window, and I tried to hold my breath until the steam disappeared. You can imagine. So, hours like that. I didn't know as a teenager. I probably really, in a way, I spent quite a lot of time. I wasn't even a teenager. Well, that's the teenager. But I spent quite a lot of time. It was accidentally meditating. I was bored, basically. Boredom leads to meditation, and. Anyway, I wanted to get out of there after a few hours of blowing steam on the window, and so I called up my friend who lived in a house that didn't have net curtains. Their windows were just open, and they had bigger windows as well than in our house. And so I took a bus into town, and then bus out from town out to her house. And she was like, "What's wrong? What's going on?" I said, "No, I'm just not feeling great, she's, no worries, let's just do stuff, and feel better after a while." And that evening when it came to going to bed, she said, "Tell you what, you can stay in my room tonight." And I was, I had this moment, the way they do that in films when somebody's about to get knocked over by a car or something. Time slows down, and I had a few minutes in my head, which in real life was only a second and a half. She said, "You know what, you can stay in my bed tonight." And, we'd been friends for years. I'd never thought about her like that. I mean, I had, but not really. And so it was just this, the imagination went to all these crazy places. I was like, wow, and she just said that so plainly. And then a second and a half later, reality came back and was like, yeah, my sister's gone away, so I'll stay in her room. And I was like, oh yeah, cool, great. And she said, yeah, just lie here, and what you need to do is, whenever I'm down, so I just spend some time with myself and just stare at the stars. So and I was like, okay, spend some time. She was like, good night, and I lay there. And I decided to do what she told me to do, just because she was very wise for her age. And so I spent some time with myself. And she was right. I did feel better. It didn't last very long, but I did feel better. And then the next day, then I went home and sat in my parents' kitchen and just realized that I didn't know whether it was my imagination or what it was, but I got into some space that night looking out the window, and I swore I saw this crazy, thing happening in the sky. It's like, I remember when I was young, I had a big argument with my older sister because I swore I saw Santa Claus flying off the roof of the house, and she was like, "No, you didn't." Yes, I did. Yeah. And so the same thing kind of happened. I didn't have anybody to tell her, but anyway, so I went home and wrote this song. strange, close to nothing now. It's the same old scenarios, the same old rain, and there's no explosions here. It's something unusual, something strange, come from nothing now.